Guys, back again. Well, here's the finished stocking. Oh, really love how it's turned out. I remember I'm going to show you how to put it together by doing that, but look how nice that stitching looks. And I just stitched the button on and folded this in half, and it's got lining on the inside. So really like how it's turned out. If you don't want it as long, but I figured, you know, being a stocking, it sort of needs to be long on the fireplace. So I think it's adorable. Okay, well, I'll just put that off to the side. You could probably still see it if I have it just there. And what I'm going to do is to show you what to do to putting it together with this. So what I did, I made the small one. See that little bit? That was, remember how I cut the ends off? That was one of the end bit. That bit was bigger, so I used that on there, and then I just cut one star in the blue a little bit bigger. I thought I'll decorate that, and then I'll put that on my where'd it go? On my Christmas tree. I've got the end. I cut off something. I think it fell on the floor. And 10. I'll be back. Oh, I found it. Okay, so what you need to do, get that bit there, and you get that bit there. Bit there. How did I do it again? The instructions on that page there. Okay, so what we're going to do is you sew this bit along here. So you get and that's how it works with this. This is the this doesn't really have a right or a wrong side, so what we're going to do is we're just going to sew the tops of these. Okay, seems a little weird, I know. So I'll just go on the machine and I'll sew the tops of those, and I'll be back, and then I'll show you what else you need to do. Okay, back again. So what you need to do is just iron it towards the inside like that, and then we're going to be putting that on there like this, so it matches up. Oh, and then pin it all the way around. Now you want a 1/4 of an inch sewing. Okay, so not too thick, because I mean the thicker that you have it, the smaller this little guy is going to turn out. And this is going to be a little Christmas ornament. Probably put some lollies in there or something. But I just thought it was a lot easier and quicker to show you a smaller one than try and attempt to show you the big one. Okay, so we're going to sew all the way around, including the lining. And it's good that this is not too thick, because you don't want the lining to be thick. I was a bit worried when I started cutting it that it wouldn't be thick enough, but it's actually not too bad. So same process. Then we stop there and about there, enough to turn it inside out. I think that should be enough. Okay, pin. Okay, so we start sewing here. Yep. Okay, start sewing there, go all the way around, start, and then stop there. So you've got a bit of a gap. Okay, and then I will show you. Okay, back again. Now what we need to do is we need to snip in the corner, not to make sure, because that's the most annoying part you don't have to worry about on here. Now this part here is open, right? And you leave the inside lining part open. And this is why you need to have this going this way, so that it sits nicely in the end. So what we need to do is we get your fish, push it through. It's a little easy with the big one, and then the same with that, push that through like that. Okay, the big one, it's a bit easier. So here we go. Now with this part here, you need to get this part. You can hand sew it if you like, but on the big one I just went on the machine. Have a pin so you know where to start, and just sew that bit closed. That's why I do it on the lining rather than on the actual bit that you see. So just a straight stitch. It's going to be done pretty quick, so I'll just do it and not worry about tearing it off. Always a way when you're in a hurry, it doesn't work. I can't get the pin out. Done. Now, this is only for so what you do now is you get this bit and you push it in. And I thought, oh, it's going to have the lining that you can see, but you don't. Just push that inwards like that. Get in there, right in there with the whole hand and the other one. So, knitting needle. So you got yourself a little lined thing. Now this is why you sew it down. This is going to be pretty hard, a small one. A big one is a little bit easier to sew down on the machine. So I may hand stitch this one because it's just so small. So on your big one, you go on the machine. This bit here, which is that, I thought it was a bit wide. You can keep it wide if you like. I folded it in half and I just sewed up on the side, and then sewed all the way around and sewed that in there. So if you want to, I may even come back there with some hand stitching to make sure it's going to stay down. But here I may have to hand stitch. It's teeny little guy. He's very cute. There we go. So there you have it. It really isn't that hard to put it together. And then this bit is fairly small, so I'll probably just put that in there with a pin and hand stitch it all together. How cute. So the first video was pretty long. This one isn't, so I'll just yeah, definitely need to hand stitch that on. We've got a nice bit long bit of white. Because it's not a very long video, I could probably do it. I might start there. Okay. Just enough to hold it down. It's not going to really hold anything, maybe a few lollies. So it probably will be a bit of a bugger to stitch. So I'm just going to do like a running stitch. May have to go back and forward a few times to hold it together. This is rather cute actually. I think it's going to make a nice little Chrissy decoration. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I thoroughly enjoyed putting all the kits together and doing the stitching. Actually, it's quite nice. And I don't know if you saw that, I finished this with a French knot and there. Really do love how it's turned out. Quite cute and it's like a true vintage bedspread, like really nice, and vintage buttons and a vintage doily. Only the fabric is even this little doily here is vintage, and same with that part. So just the blue and the red fabric are the only new parts. Everything else is vintage. Oh yeah, and that's new too. So I'm going to make a couple of these actually. I think I might make some for my myself and my husband. I've got old vintage quilt ones that I've made, but I need to make a couple more. They always look nice hanging around the house. Okay, well, I won't bore you with doing the rest of this. You get the drift. So, and then by the time I get to, where's this, I'll just stitch that in, and then this little guy will be done. So it's mama and baby. So there you go. You just that you could probably draw up something yourself. I just drew it up a bit smaller just to show you guys. I really do love it, and it's the nice part is it's fully lined, which is really good. You haven't got any raw edges on the inside, so it's really cute. Okay guys, well, a nice little Christmassy challenge. I've got some little Peggy angels that I might want to do a little bit later down the track to hang on your Christmas tree, so I'll do that later as well. Thanks for watching guys, and I hope you enjoyed creating these. Thanks for watching. Bye.